Hello everyone, welcome to the Generic Happy YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe and having a great beginning of your year. I'm Amar, otherwise known as Generic Happy, and today it is Nintendo in 2025 predictions and discussion video day, which is a very exciting day. We have so many things to talk about. Last year I did a video like this, and normally I've seen a lot of videos, they include what they get right. I didn't really get anything right in that video, so, hopefully this year is better. And I have my friend Kate here to do predictions, which is something different from last year, so, yeah. You can say hello again.
Hello, sorry.
And yeah,
Hello.
so I'm hoping we get a lot more predictions right this year. If you do have any of your own predictions, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. That'd be really cool. I'd love to, respond back to any predictions you guys have, but without further ado, let us get right into it and predict some of what Nintendo will have this year, which, is probably going to be a big year, so a lot to predict, I guess. So, I don't know if you have like a prediction you want to start with necessarily.
Yeah, kind of start with January itself, considering that's the month we're in. So I know a lot of dates have kind of been bouncing around, and they've passed, and nothing has happened. But I think especially with the Nintendo header changing, and that kind of reflecting how the page looked before the Switch was announced, I think we are very close. And I do think by this time, at the end of the month, there will be something. So I'm honestly gonna say that by sometime next week, or actually just anytime soon, honestly, just anytime in the next week or two, I think there will definitely be something. But I'm gonna go with next week Friday, because why not? So January 17th. I think that's the Friday.
Yeah, that's Friday.
Yes, it is. So I'm just gonna go with that day, because why not? It's a Friday and it's next week. But I specifically think we're gonna see a video very similar to the Switch reveal, as a little bit of like a callback, kind of, to like, cause just like a little bit of like a nod, I guess, to how far the Switch has come. So I think whether that be we see the same guy playing a game, what would be that like big Breath of the Wild game you would open on. I think there's a few games that we could possibly see in this trailer. I think we're going to see, kind of like in a similar way, we're going to see a Mario Kart game, and it's going to look slightly new, and there's going to be a lot of debates on if it's, another Mario Kart 8 port or Mario Kart 9, but people will start to slowly realize, oh, this is Mario Kart 9. I think we're going to see like some big game in that trailer as well, like that is kind of been like an exclusive for a while. So I'm honestly gonna go with maybe something like Final Fantasy, maybe Final Fantasy 7. I think that would be pretty sick. But I think the trailer is going to end on someone playing a game, and they're like sitting down, they're like playing with their magnetic Joy-Cons or whatever, and then it just kind of starts to pan into the TV, and it's a new 3D Mario game. I think this one feels pretty likely. I don't think we're gonna see like a new Zelda this year. We have the new Pokemon Legends, which I don't think is gonna be in this trailer. We have Metroid Prime 4. So I feel like if there is to be a big game in here alongside Mario Kart 9, it is going to be new 3D Mario. And we had Mario Odyssey announced in this in the Switch trailer, where it was when the Switch was announced. Now it was more casual, this woman just sat down and just started playing it, but I think we're gonna get something a little bit more intense, kind of. Not like intense, but like more detailed. So I think she's gonna sit down and we're gonna see like this brand new 3D Mario game, and it's gonna be like, oh my god, like, there it is! New 3D Mario, what is it? Many debates if it will be Galaxy 3 or Sunshine 2 or whatever, but I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I agree. The banner thing, I don't know how true that is, 'cause I saw a lot of people talking about like that's like their banner they had for years. and like for some reason
I
they
see.
changed it and then they changed it back. But I mean, I also think the console reveal is this month. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's
I think it has
probably
to be.
yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
think they can push it off too much. I mean, they
It just
probably
feels right.
yeah. I mean, they're probably not gonna respond to like the leaks. I don't think they're gonna change anything because of the leaks. But
Didn't they respond to like a couple of leaks?
well, I mean, like yeah, they did. But I mean, like changing like, their entire plan for the
Oh,
marketing
right. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because stuff's leaking out. But
Right.
I think it would also be a trailer. I'm also on board with it being next week, or I guess when this goes up this week. I think it will be on Wednesday, like the what is it, the 15th,
Okay. So the 15th. Okay.
because Donkey Kong also releases on Thursday. So
Okay.
I don't know if they want to like release it after Donkey Kong releases, like within the same week. But I think they're gonna do it. I think it's gonna be a trailer. I was honestly thinking they're gonna open the trailer with Mario, 3D Mario, because I think it's gonna serve the role as Breath of the Wild for the console.
Oh yeah. That was something I was kind of asking and I didn't answer. Like, what would that next thing be? I honestly think it's going to be maybe Metroid Prime 4.
I was thinking that too.
As like an opening, because it is a big game and it is a game that we know is coming out in 2025. It's one of the few, I think, Nintendo games we know is coming out in 2025 that at least has footage. So I think that would make a little bit more sense, and I think it might be more exciting to like kind of end on something like Mario, or maybe it starts as like a friends coming over. You know, it's like, all right, guys, it's game night or whatever, and then they all sit down, they just start playing a new Mario Kart 9. I don't know. Maybe it'll be that.
Or they show 1, 2, Switch 3, 4. But
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it really depends on what's gonna be the launch title. I think it's 3D Mario, so that's why I think it's gonna open.
Ooh. 3D Mario launch title.
I mean, do you think Metroid Prime 4 is the launch title?
I don't think it is. I mean, let's talk about that actually. We can like kind of segue
Well,
to
yeah,
that.
because
Launch
most of my other game predictions, like, I think Mario Kart's gonna be there. I think Metroid Prime 4 is in the video. I think the thing is Elden Ring. Not maybe Final Fantasy also appears, but I think Elden Ring is gonna be like that big third-party Skyrim moment.
saw a leak that said it'd be Red Dead 2, which I think would be a little crazy, but also Red Dead is on the Switch, so I don't know how crazy. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But if I were to talk about launch titles, I think 3D Mario would be kind of crazy as a launch title. Not to like be like it's impossible. Anything's possible, you know. But I mean, did people expect Breath of the Wild to be a launch title?
I don't really know. Like, so in 2016, when they like said when the Switch was gonna be released, not like announced or anything, and they called it the NX in April or something.
Right.
They said that Breath of the Wild and the NX would be out by March of 2017.
Oh, well then, yeah, there you go, you know.
But like I remember like there was a lot of discussion still about like if it would release the same day as the console, maybe like a couple days later, a couple weeks later. But
I do remember there was like an Amiibo leak that said it'd be coming out, I think March 4th. You know, and they always release Amiibos alongside games, so that kind of gave you an idea as well. But no, I think honestly, if I were to say launch titles, I think we're going to get Mario Kart 9 as a launch title. I think that's more likely than 3D Mario. And then I think we're gonna get like, I don't think Metroid Prime 4 is gonna be a launch title. I think they might hold on to that for a little longer, maybe August. And then some other games, kind of like how Breath of the Wild was like the big game to get, but there were like little things that you could buy as well alongside of it. So like some little things here and there. But yeah, I think 3D Mario, I kind of see that being maybe October again, or like the holiday time.
Do you think it's their holiday title?
Yeah, I think so. I just feel like it'd be kind of crazy, because I feel like as well, you know, Breath of the Wild, it was a big game at launch, but it also had years of, you know, advertising and anticipation behind it. And I mean, the idea of a 3D Mario is obviously very prominent, but I also think announcing it and then releasing it 2 months apart is just a little. It's a little. I don't know, but I think it can happen. I like to see it. You know.
I mean, I guess that also gets into your prediction about when it's coming out.
I do think it'll be March 3rd. Well, not March 3rd, but just sometime in March at least.
I don't think it's coming out until May or June.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess maybe that's also why I think 3D Mario is possible, because they can do the reveal, and then, I don't know, in March or April, they can do, like, a big presentation, or, like, some point, have, like, a trailer for it, and then it releases again in May or June. But, you know, I don't know.
I get that. I do get that. I think that makes sense. You know, if it is, like, not March and later in the year, releasing it, you know, that would have, I think, enough months of knowing, I guess. I mean, has a console released in May? Because I feel like it's usually either earlier in the year or, like, you know, November or October.
I mean, they had the Zelda OLED in May.
Oh, but, I mean, I guess, but that also was releasing alongside the game.
Yeah. It's just, it just seems too quick to have it be announced and then released in, like, less than 2 months after it.
I mean, I understand that, but also, hang on. Did we know the release date of the console in the October trailer?
No.
Or was that announced at the January showcase?
All they said was March. Well, they said March in April of 2016.
Oh, okay.
We didn't like know the exact date or anything.
Yeah, okay, so I get that, but I don't know. I mean, they did announce, like, I mean, I know it's hard to compare games and consoles, but there are things that have been released pretty close together and announced, like Breath of the Wild's launch title, launch date, I mean, was announced. Like, you know, I mean, I'm just thinking about, like, the January showcase, which I do want to get to.
Oh yeah, that's probably gonna be like a big prediction about what they're gonna have there.
But like with that showcase, you know, that was around this time, and it was around, you know, 2 months before the thing came out. So I don't know. I feel like there were a lot of things announced in that. You know, Splatoon 2, ARMS, 1-2 Switch, and those came out really relatively close to the console.
I mean, 1-2 Switch was a launch title.
Summer, 1-2 Switch, I think was that launch?
Yeah, that was a launch alongside Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, and then ARMS. I have no idea when ARMS came out, but
June.
You know,
June.
Okay, there you go. But yeah, so things. I think my point in this is that things can be announced close together, but I do understand, you know, because the Switch was announced in October, releasing in March, it would make sense to have a similar time frame. But I think, I don't know, I just think March at this point, maybe that's just like their pattern. Maybe that's just the date they've solidified from now on for console releases. Who's to say?
Yeah, I mean, my only thing, I think the console can launch then, but it's just like the games. They haven't, like, if the launch title isn't Metroid Prime 4, when we see the trailer this week or next week or the week after, that'll be the first time we see those games. And they probably won't get, like, full trailers until that presentation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless the presentation's a week after. I mean...
No, I know what you mean. Honestly, maybe I should change my prediction a little bit.
I mean, it's possible they could do it if Metroid Prime 4 is the launch title.
I mean, it is possible, but also, with these, like, predictions, or with, like, a March date, I just kind of feel like, you know, I think it makes more sense to kind of space it out a little bit, because kind of what I want to talk about is this January showcase that was held, and I feel like they are going to do something similar for the Switch too, and so I feel like it wouldn't make sense to do that. I mean, maybe they could announce it in January, do it in February, but then no, because I feel like there'd be a direct. So
yeah, that's my other thing. I think we have a direct in February.
Yeah.
And I think we have Pokemon Presents at the end of February. So
yeah. So it is kind of hard to tell, but honestly, maybe there won't even be a showcase, because maybe they'll feel like it's similar enough to the Switch, because the Switch presentation itself is very much like, okay, no region locking, which I feel like we can infer there wouldn't be region locking this time as well. Like what the Joy-Cons are, which are crossing over as well. you know.
But they do have magnets, so
They do have magnets,
show the
but do we
magnets.
need an entire showcase to focus on magnets? I don't know. So I feel like a showcase might not be as likely, but I do feel like honestly, here's what I'm going with now. I know I keep switching up predictions throughout this, but my only prediction I'm changing here is that there's gonna be a showcase. I don't think there's gonna be a showcase anymore. I think what they're gonna do is a February Direct, and that kind of goes alongside my prediction is that Directs are back. Directs are coming back. We are not getting any more skips, no more partner showcases. They are here to stay. Unless, I mean, maybe they'll change the schedule now that we're in a new sort of console cycle, but I do think it will be the usual February, June, September. I think we're gonna get like a really big February showcase that is kind of what the June. Wait, no, there was a June one. My bad. It's just gonna be a big showcase basically, and I think because we already know what the Switch itself is, right, and how it works and what, you know, it entails, I feel like it's more likely that they kind of talk about it for a bit. They're like, I hope you're looking forward to it. Here are some games that are gonna be coming onto it like throughout the year, and then we see just a lot of really cool games. I don't know. I feel like that's more likely.
I think the presentation, I mean, I guess if we do have that type of presentation in February, it's probably not called a Direct. It might be like a Nintendo showcase, and it's just like a pre-recorded video of some sort.
Okay.
I mean, I think we get a Direct. I think they're going to talk about Switch 1 stuff at some point in the early part of the year, and that's why my thing is, I think the trailer is this month, Direct next month, and then maybe the presentation or showcase, whatever it ends up being, is March or April. But I agree with like your thinking on that. Like, they're gonna want to show off the games, and they're probably gonna focus mostly on the games. I don't think they're gonna talk much about the console itself, just because it looks so similar to the Switch.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think because it looks pretty similar, I just don't see an entire showcase being as likely. Like, I mean, they didn't do one for the OLED, they didn't do one for the Switch Lite. And I know those are, you know, vastly different comparisons here because those are not new consoles. But I feel like in a way you can kind of compare them a little bit because it is not an entirely new console like those other two weren't. And it's still a Switch. So I just don't know if a showcase is that likely. So I think I am going to kind of stick in my prediction of reveal very soon this month, Direct next month, and then launch in March. I know, a little crazy.
All right.
A little crazy.
I mean, do you think we get like a Switch 1 Direct next month? Like, do you think we get anything Switch 1, I guess besides Pokemon Presents, next month? Or do you think they would
Switch 1 works with Switch 2 games, right?
So do you think they announced that in the same presentation? Like any games that they have for this coming to the Switch?
I think honestly it's possible they show like what's it called when like a game works on another console?
Or backwards compatibility games.
Backwards compatibility, right.
Yeah.
I think they showcase backwards compatibility in the trailer, like someone's putting like a Switch cartridge and then someone puts like a Switch 2 cartridge and they both work. Kind of like how you can put like PS4 games into a PS5. But I think so I don't know if they address cross generation. They might like touch on it for a bit like you know, they'll be like, in the trailer you saw that Switch 1 games will work on the Switch 2, and that's true or something. So I think that's kind of something they might focus on a little bit, just to like reaffirm that, like, and then they'll be like, and here are games coming to the Switch and Switch 2 in 2025. And then they'll just go into it. I mean, I know like for a while Switch Directs did
3DS segments.
Like 3DS segments at the beginning and then Switch segments for like 2/3 of the rest. But because these consoles are so similar and because, you know, it's not really the same thing as like a 3DS to a Switch, I just feel like they're just going to mend them, you know, have them together, basically.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the only thing I don't know how much Nintendo has left for the Switch. And I think the February, whatever it is, does show pretty much everything else they have for like the rest of the year for it. So like I don't know, like a new Kirby, or
Yeah.
I don't know what else, Mario Baseball or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I think everything after March or whenever the console launches, I think is going to be Switch 1 and 2 games. Like I don't think anything after that would only be a Switch 1 game unless it's like some, indie studio that, has been working on the Switch 1 for so long and it's like I can't change it,
Yeah,
But like I think in terms of like much more prominent games from like AAA studios, it's only going to be like 1 and 2. So
yeah, I agree. I don't think there's gonna be any exclusives for Switch, but
right, yeah, that's what
I think like the new Kirby, you could play that on Switch 2.
Is there a new Kirby?
Oh, no. Like a 3DS remaster Kirby.
I see what you mean, yeah.
Like that can be played on Switch. I mean, do you think the launch title Mario Kart or 3D Mario? I guess we could talk about that. Is also on Switch, or do you think that's exclusive to the Switch 2?
Question. That is a good question. I didn't think about that. I think you can look at it both ways, because it is a new Mario Kart game. It would make sense to have it on both. Well, I think because it's backwards compatible, it would work on both. Well, no. I mean, I guess it would work Switch 1 to Switch 2, but maybe not Switch 2 to Switch 1. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like with the PS5, I don't know. Spider-Man 2 works on the PS5, doesn't work on the PS4.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm gonna say yes. I think they will work. It will work on both, just because it's like it just makes sense to me. But I also think as time moves on, it will just slowly start to fizzle out in that category.
I'm kind of on the different opinion of that. I don't think we see any more big games on Switch. Like,
Okay.
that's playable
I get
for
that.
Switch. I think we see, I guess in February as well, Pokemon Legends CA. I don't know if they show that on Switch or the Switch 2, but it probably will run better on the Switch 2.
Yeah.
And then we see like Metroid Prime 4 at some point. But I think that's probably it for the big ones. And like
It is
3D Mario.
Kidding me, like we are gonna get like a 3D Mario game this year, aren't we? Like
I mean, that's what we hope.
Pretty likely.
That's what we hope.
it's wild. I feel like Odyssey was such a great game, and
But it
it's
was-
just crazy that
It was
that's
close to
coming
8
again.
years ago.
I mean, it wouldn't be like a
win.
2D one because we just got Wonder.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah.
Maybe it'll be like a 3D world though. Like it's like kind of open world, but not really.
I think they could, like, I think Bowser's Fury is probably closer to what they might do. Just one big area you can explore. That's like huge, I guess.
Imagine it's like Mario Universe, and it's just like, mass cries heard around the world. It's like cheering in the streets. I don't. I'm very excited to see what it'll be.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we can get into like the presentation. What do you think will be the presentation now? Because I don't really have. I don't really have anything else for January or.
No, I think January, we just got the reveal. We got some games in there. I think February, we're going to see, the classic Nintendo February with a Direct and Pokemon Presents.
Yippee.
I think the Presents, I mean, that's kind of a question in itself. Is it going to focus on the next generation? Because we have hit that 3-year mark. How they release games every 3 years.
I mean, do you think
mainline games?
Do you think Gen 10's releasing this year?
I mean, I don't know. It could be like 2022 where they did release Legends and the new Pokemon in the same year. But then again, that came out in January. So, and that's not happening with ZA. So, I don't really. This might honestly. I think what's going to happen is the trailer is going to end. Not the trailer, but the Pokemon Presents. They're going to talk about like Pokemon Go, Pokemon Cafe Remix, whatever, and then they're like. And now some updates on the new game or whatever. And it's just a long, full trailer of ZA and what it has to offer in a release date. And I think it'll be probably like the summer or spring or something. But honestly, I think because this is like the longest we've really gone without hearing. I mean, maybe. We have gone a very long time of hearing nothing about this game. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But because of that, I think they are putting a lot of work into it. And I think this is like a really important game to them. And I think maybe they're starting to listen to fans and just realize maybe we don't have to put out a mainline game every 3 years. Maybe this can be our big anticipated game. Because this technically is a sequel to Legends, which people loved. And
or a prequel. Or prequel.
But this is another Legends game, which people really love. And this is basically Pokemon Z. You know, this is our first Pokemon game back in Kalos in a decade, and so I think that itself is something to really, really recognize. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
we'll see. I just don't see it happening. for
Yeah,
mainline
I don't
games.
think Gen 10 is the. I don't think they. I mean, I guess they could tease it like they did with the ZA last year, and then have it release again
Maybe.
November of next year. But I think
Maybe a
Gen
little
10. I think Gen 10 does release next year, like November of next year, because it's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. But yeah, I think the Pokemon Presents. I was honestly going back and forth on if we see ZA in whatever Switch 2 presentation we get, and then maybe they expand on it in the Pokemon Presents.
Yeah,
But
I highly doubt it.
you don't think they would give it? You don't think they would do
No,
that?
I think we're only seeing it in the Pokemon Presents. By the way, bring back Pokemon Directs. Like,
So
my hot
you
take
don't
today.
like the mobile games?
I think I understand Presents give more of like a focus on other things that don't have to be Pokemon games, but I just like a good Pokemon Direct. I miss Pokemon Directs. I think we should bring them back. But it won't happen. That's okay. It's just a different name. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we get everything we would have in a Pokemon Direct and a Pokemon Presents, so.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just being silly.
But yeah, I mean, I think we do have a pretty big showing. I think we see gameplay and everything for ZA in February.
yeah,
I think it probably releases in August. I mean, I guess August.
ZA is either sometime in May or August. May through August, sometime in that range. Maybe not July. I don't really see July. I'm gonna go May or August, one of those.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
do
I keep
you
saying
do you have
like-
any ideas about what you think will show up in that presentation? Not the Pokemon Presents, the console presentation.
presentation like the February Direct
Yeah.
or the one that I don't think is happening. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just kidding. It might happen, but I think games. Well, you know, I always love predicting a good beginning, middle, and end. That's what I pride myself on. I've been not to toot my own horn, but I have gone a couple widely correct in the past. My prized possession, of course, being Splatoon 3 closing February 2021. And honestly, I think it'd be. This is kind of what I want to talk about too, is Splatoon.
Splatoon
It has
4?
been 3 years since Splatoon. 3, which I feel like doesn't really feel like that long ago. But it's been 4 years since its announcement. And which is kind of insane if you think about it. The fact that it was announced almost 2 years before it came out. But it's okay. But I mean, we think about Splatoon 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was released in 2017. So 2017, 18, 19, 1, 2. That's 4 years. And then that's 4 years. But it was announced 3. Wait, I'm doing the math completely wrong. Hang on.
Wait, you're talking about Splatoon?
Splatoon
3?
2.
Splatoon 2?
It came out in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. It was 5 years after. Excuse me. And it was announced 4 years after.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think we're a little early on that. I'm just doing the math myself to see if I agree with that idea. But I do think we are closer to Splatoon 4 than people might realize with a new console coming out.
I agree.
Not
But-
that close, but we are getting there.
I don't think it's a 2025 game. I think it's a 2026. Maybe.
No, I don't think it's 2025. I think
I think it gets announced
earliest
this year, though.
announced in 2026.
I think it might get announced, like, maybe not in that presentation, because I think that presentation is going to focus on 2025 games and, like, filling
Let me
out
tell
their...
you,
Mhm.
something I do see happening in a similar Splatoon team vein is I think we might get something Animal Crossing, but I'm not talking about a new game.
A spin-off.
I'm talking about a new Leaf port.
What?
I know that sounds insane, but I want you to hear me out. I think they recognized that Splatoon did so well on the Switch, and it really brought people together, and they're like, okay, if we announce not only a new Splatoon game, but a Splatoon game that people love and have even more nostalgia with, that's going to bring in an even more larger, you know, population or whatever, even more buyers. And so I think that would be really cool if they do that. And I think also, you know, you have people can come to your island. There's also Captain's Island that people can go to. You can do a lot of stuff there. I just think a New Leaf port would be really cool, and I think it'd be a missed opportunity. And more so me hoping, but I do see. I mean, it has been a long time since an Animal Crossing game.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I could see that. I think one of them gets announced. Splatoon or Animal Crossing, since that studio does work on both.
Right,
but,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess it just depends on which one they're working on. I mean, Splatoon probably is more appealing now more than ever because of how big of an audience it has in Japan and everything.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't think they would do a New Leaf for it because I don't know how long I don't know how long that's gonna push off the next one.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I understand.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if they want to get Animal Crossing out this year, they can do one. But I think...
Yeah, it's more so me just imagining what they might want to do with Animal Crossing. You could literally talk about many other game franchises and what they might want to do. I can't think of any others right now. Literally no game is coming to my head, but, you know, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean... I think that presentation has whatever launches next to Mario Kart or 3D Mario, like the casual game, as some would call it, I guess. I'm kind of hoping it's a sequel to Nintendo Land, but
oh yeah, that'd be really good.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be like another one. It could be a new Nintendo Switch Sports.
I would love a Nintendo Land too. I think that'd be amazing. Maybe a new. I mean, Tomodachi Life has been debated on for many years. I don't see it ever happening anymore, but I think it'd be beautiful if it did.
I mean, it sold well. I don't know why they're not doing another one.
It did. I think people are kind of against Nintendo might be against it. I think they're just trying to phase out Mii's in general, which I think is strange considering how well it did, you know, and how much nostalgia it has. I mean, the Nintendo Switch Sports wasn't, you know, it didn't have no Mii's. You could still make a Mii, but it wasn't... You could tell it's not what they wanted you to do.
Yeah, it wasn't customizable or anything.
No.
It's just sad, but...
We could still make Mii's.
Yeah.
So it was a little customizable. But no, yeah, you wanted to use the sports people or whatever they were called.
Sportsmates?
That's what they wanted you to use. Postmates? What?
Sportsmates.
Sportsmates.
I mean, I always thought back then that when they announced those, they could do like a Nintendo Switch party and call them Party Mates, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
Now you can't even do it because now everyone's just thinking of Postmates, like I just did.
But yeah, I think that whatever that is, Nintendo Land, Nintendo Switch Resort, Switch Sports Resort, whatever that ends up being.
I think it'd be amazing if they do a port of Wii Sports Resort. That game was so good. I mean, like, who doesn't hate that? Who doesn't? No, wrong phrasing. Who hates that game? You know, I mean,
they just added back basketball to Nintendo Switch Sports, so.
Yeah, no, they're never gonna port that game. It's okay.
Yeah, it's probably more likely we get a sequel, but.
That's the only reason I still like have my Wii U is because Nintendo Switch. I mean, not Nintendo Switch. Wii Sports Resort is just such a good game, and it's like such a fun thing to play. But like Nintendo Switch Sports. I mean, like, I really like volleyball, but it just doesn't really have that, like, appeal. Mm-hmm. You know, that, like, that charm, I think, that, Wii Sports Resort really had. But I don't know.
I mean...
We'll see.
I mean, besides that, I don't think there's a lot more you could probably predict from that presentation. Just because... Yeah. I mean, probably Metroid Prime 4 shows up there again.
Yeah.
Maybe a new...
No, I definitely think it'll show up in, like, the February Direct.
I guess. But,
I mean, do you think they're gonna change the format
of Directs?
Directs, like maybe it'll be like March, you know, July, October, something.
I mean, I guess they could because they're no longer beholden to E3.
Yeah.
So if they really wanted to.
You know, I always kind of thought it was interesting how the wait between February and June and July and September are not that long, but then the wait between September and February are like, it's pretty long.
Yeah.
I mean, I think so. September, October, November, December, January, that's 5 months. And then March,
April,
May, June, 4 months. And then July, August, September, 3 months. So yeah, no, I always kind of felt like the wait between specifically June and September, because they only have like a summer between those two.
I mean, they could easily fix that by making the direct in October, and then December, January, February.
They'd be more equal.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, that's all I got for that presentation. Pokemon Presents. I think they do something on Mario Day.
Yeah.
I think that's. I mean, I guess I could bring it up. I think we get something Mario movie related on that day.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool.
I think we get like the cast of.
I did predict. I remember last direct. I predicted. That's actually a really good prediction. I remember last direct. I predicted the cast.
The Zelda movie.
No, I think it was the Mario movie, because he had just tweeted something about it.
Oh.
Like really recently at that point. I think it's somewhere in my notes if I look for just a second. Yeah. Wait. Second to last thing, Mario movie 2 cast announcement. It says all actors will be returning plus new cast like Waluigi or Wario. So that was for June, and I think that was there because I feel like he had just tweeted about something recently. Announcing that maybe there would be new cast or there is a new movie, but something about it, I think recently.
I think in April of last year they announced, or March of last year they announced the second movie.
Yeah, so not too far away.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Zelda movie will get any. I don't think they're going to talk about the Zelda movie once this year. But
not once.
Yeah, I do think, they might just say like the cast is back, everyone's returning, and new cast members. I think we're gonna get Waluigi, Wario, maybe Daisy. I don't know, but yeah.
Yoshi, Birdo.
I guess. I mean, Yoshi's more just like Yoshi, but like.
I mean, we don't know. I mean, they could change it. I don't know.
I guess they could. I guess Toad only said like but like now he has a voice. You're right.
But yeah, I mean, I think Mario Day, something Mario movie related. I think we get new trailers for Mario, 3D Mario, and Mario Kart, and that's also kind of why I don't think the console's releasing in March, because I think that's like the perfect time.
Mario Day in September.
Mario Day's in March 10th.
Oh, you're right. Wait, why? Remember there was a Mario Direct in September 2020.
I think there was like rumors that they delayed that out of March because of
Never mind.
pandemic.
I got confused. I think that's really likely then. I can see a Mario trailer going up on March 10th.
Well, I don't know about a trailer. I think the trailer's later in the year.
Images. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think Mario Day. Maybe it's a Mario Day Direct. Something big happens on Mario Day. They have trailers and all that. And then I guess, in your opinion, the Switch 2 releases in March as well.
Yeah. I am sticking with March here. I'm sticking with January reveal, February Direct, March launch.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I don't know what happens in April. I think we get like Kirby in April.
Yeah. April, I think after that it's just gonna kind of be like, depends on what they want to release. I know that sounds vague, but like
Captain Toad.
I think we are gonna start getting a lot more games. Because I mean, like, what was the big Switch game of this year? Or I mean, 2024.
Probably Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah. So
and like Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah, I think we're gonna start getting like bigger games. Not that those games aren't like big. I just mean like you know what I mean.
There's like games that we haven't seen in years that probably show up this year.
Wait, let me try to guess it. A game we haven't seen in years. Wait, I love a good guessing game. Can I get like a year frame?
Oh, I mean, I wasn't really saying a game. I was just saying there's probably games that we haven't seen in years.
Oh, I
that
thought
definitely
you had
showed
a game
this
in
year.
mind.
I mean, I do have a couple games in mind that, like, I think
we haven't seen in years.
Yeah, I mean, like not announced games, like series, I guess.
That have been announced.
No.
Oh.
Just like series that haven't had games, I guess, in a long time.
Okay.
That I think show up, like 3D Mario.
Captain Toad.
Yes, and Captain Toad. And Kid Icarus.
3D Mario. I mean, we know where that's going. maybe Earthblade was announced at the Game Awards in 2022, and it has since been delayed. But I did go onto the Ewok Discord, which is extremely... I guess not Ewok, it's Star Wars. But the Extremely OK Games Discord. Apparently a lot of staff has left, which is really unfortunate. But of course, all respect. I'm sure there's situations going on that we don't know about.
Yeah.
So I'm just being mindful of that. But also, maybe that'll show up. We don't really know.
That could show up in February.
It could show up. It hasn't exactly been canceled, so there's also that. But I also think there might be some circumstances that are holding it back, which is okay.
It probably was supposed to show up at the Game Awards, and then they just couldn't make a trailer in time or something.
I once saw someone say, any game that has gone through development hell, or any movie even, it just never turns out good. I feel like there's a difference between just working on a game for a long time and actual development hell, and so I can't think of any games off the top of my tongue right now. Babylon's Fall, I guess, is an example.
Metroid Prime 4 could fall into that. We don't know yet.
That is development hell.
Yeah.
That is development hell. But that's not even just a long time. It went through development hell.
Yeah.
But Pikmin 4, for example, was in development for a long time. But that game was really good. So I wouldn't really call that the worst of it. But yeah, I don't really know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what else really happens after when this console releases, whether it's in March or May or June or September, who knows. But I guess I have games that could appear. I don't think Captain Toad. I keep joking about Captain Toad. I don't think that's coming out this year. I think 3D Mario is.
I don't know. I think Captain Toad might be done.
Don't say that.
Okay, I won't say it.
It got DLC in 2019, so I don't know.
A long time ago.
I think the team that makes 3D Mario probably makes Captain Toad as well. So, do I want 3D Mario, Captain Toad? Probably 3D Mario.
Yeah.
But and then you said Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart does come out this year. As I said, I don't think it's the launch title, but I think it is the holiday game in my opinion. So it takes up that 3D Mario spot in your opinion. I don't really know what Mario Kart looks like. I don't know what the name of it is. Is it Mario Kart 10? Mario Kart 9?
Yeah.
Mario Kart Sky Battle Tour?
The question is as well, what do we think the 3D Mario game is going to be?
What do you mean?
Is it going to be Galaxy 3? Odyssey 2? Sunshine 2? Or something completely new? Or is it going to be something that's not even a hybrid of 2D and 3D, like 3D World?
I don't think it's going to be something like that. I think it's been too long. I don't think they're going to do that. In Bowser's Fury, they did the Bowser thing, I don't remember what it's called. I think it was Bowser Fury. It was just one big world that you could run around in. So I think that could be that.
Trying to get something like Odyssey, a new game, basically. But I don't know. I honestly feel like Galaxy at this point is such a fever dream that it's just not happening. But I do think something like Galaxy 3 or Universe, whatever you want to call it, would be huge for a launch title.
But you just don't think I guess it makes sense to save it for the end of the year.
I think the most likely thing would be either something brand new, completely new, or Odyssey 2.
I don't know. I feel like it's just been too long.
Yeah, I understand.
Since Odyssey 2. So
its chances come and pass.
Yeah. I thought it would get DLC too, but Captain Toad got DLC after it, so all I'm gonna say is Captain Toad's more relevant. But I think we fast forward a little bit, we get to the June Direct. Do you think there's a June Direct?
In June, September, I think it's all coming back. I think we're just, it's hard to really predict even right now.
Yeah, I'm also trying not to do too many because we don't really know I mean, it's like easier to predict those things once we see like a February direct and.
I mean, yeah. If I were to do like a shot in the dark right now, what February is gonna be, maybe they hold off announcing 3D Mario and like the announcement trailer, and they do it as like a one more thing. I think the middle, Metroid Prime 4. Maybe no opening Metroid Prime 4. And then middle, I don't really know. I can't use 2D, 3D, whatever it was, Dragon Quest anymore.
I mean, you can. Because they did announce Dragon Quest 1+2 HD 2D.
It's not out yet?
No, it hasn't came out yet.
My middle is, once again, 2D HD Dragon Quest. And then, yeah, I feel like that's pretty solid. Opening, Metroid Prime 4, Dragon Quest 2D HD, and then 3D Mario. Why not? Let's go with that.
I mean, I agree. I mean, again, I think 3D Mario probably somewhere. Well, you said 3D Mario. I think 3D Mario is probably the middle, and then Mario Kart would be the ender. I mean, it would end it. Which would be kind of, I mean, that's like all announced games. So I don't know if that would be exciting. Yeah. But, I mean, I think that presentation's big. It has probably Nintendo Land sequel and
maybe
all that. But I think the June one's probably gonna. I think the June one's probably where we get starting like 26 games and like Splatoon 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Or Splatoon spin-off.
Maybe. We'll see.
And then, and then September, I think we skip. I mean, I don't really know what else comes out this summer. I mean, Metroid Prime 2 and 3 probably come out at some point this year.
Yeah, I think Metroid Prime 4's I think it's probably like August or something. I'm just feeling August for that game.
I mean, when do you think Legends ZA comes out? Oh, you said May through.
ZA's May, I think, yeah.
That'd be cool to have that as the launch title.
Yeah.
But then I don't know when Mario Kart and 3D Mario come out. And then, I mean, I already said, I think Kiddick. I mean, I was talking about this earlier with someone else. Do you think Smash gets announced this year? A new Smash game?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think it does, but that'd be like a September reveal.
It just might be like a little bit early. I feel like.
I mean, it's been 4 years since, 3.5.
Been, like, a really long time since anything in that arena, but I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it's been not. I mean, like, I do think the world has gone significantly worse without Smash reveals, but I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it makes more sense because, I mean, Smash Ultimate was announced a year after the game, after the console launched. I feel like we might see a similar schedule. Like, I just think it might come in like 2026 March, or like it would be June. I mean, no, it would be February. Yeah, because that's what they do now.
I mean, in 2018 they did a mini.
In 2018 they did March directs. So
yeah, they did a mini in January, and a general in March. I mean, it would make sense to hold it off because I don't think it's coming out this year. I mean, no way it comes out this year, but it just seems like I don't really know what other announcements they got. So I think Smash being like a closer for the September Direct, maybe even the June Direct, and then having a release some point next year would work.
Yeah.
I agree. And they could psych everybody out and have Captain Toad as like a character at the beginning, and everyone's like, it's a new Captain Toad, and then Captain Toad's in Smash, but
yeah, I see February 2026 as something. Maybe even June. I mean, I don't really think that's like that's not really something that they want to do anymore. I mean, like, I don't know if like June are like their big directs anymore, because like we used to say like, oh, this is what E3 would be, right? It's like their E3 direct now. You know, this is like, it's still gonna be big, but like, does June have to like equal big directs of the year? You know, because I feel like, I don't know if it does anymore. Because I mean, the only directs we've had since E3 really shut down in June, wasn't it? It's really just been June 2024.
We had one in 2023.
No, there was 2023. Okay.
I mean, and I think, I mean, in 2023, and we didn't get another direct this year except that one, but those were the bigger directs. So I don't know.
Were they?
I mean, 2023 had the Luigi's Mansion, Princess Peach,
I mean, yeah.
Mario Wonder,
Yeah, you're right.
Super Mario
It
RPG.
was pretty big.
It was all Mario stuff, really, but
Yeah, and then 2024, it had some stuff. It was pretty good.
it was Mario and Luigi, Zelda, Metro Prime 4
Yeah.
trailer at the end.
That's pretty good. Measure Prime 4, I mean, it's like, what?
I mean, technically, it's the best general direct of the year because there was no other general direct.
It was
This
the
year.
only one.
But
That's so crazy to me. They just came and went.
yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense looking back. They didn't really have anything else to announce, so I mean, what would they have announced in February? 'Cause nothing else really came out.
Yeah, you're
But-
right.
And the same thing in September. Well, I guess they did the partner showcase in August last year, so I don't know. Maybe you do get directs in August going forward.
No.
And maybe they skip the whole summer and then they do directs in August.
No,
February
I think
and
we're
August.
sticking back. We're coming back to the February, June, September. I think we're coming back. It's happening again. Welcome back.
So, I mean, do you think you don't think we get partner directs for a long time after this?
No, I feel like partner directs existed only for COVID and when there was just nothing to say. But there will be a lot to say with a new console.
Yeah, I agree. And then, I mean, you think you think something Animal Crossing Splatoon happens this year?
Me speaking like what I would like to see, but I don't really see any of that happening. I think if we do get Splatoon for anything, it would be after Splatoon 3 updates stop. And
Well, that's in September. Or not. I think they said September of this year.
wait, really?
I think they said they gave it another year. I think the major update stopped. But they're still doing like new Splatfest and stuff.
Wait, so that means no more Splatfest?
I mean, I think they're doing more Splatfest for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Wait, the
Like-
rest of the year?
like until
21
September.
Only January. Okay.
Yeah, until September, I think, of this
Yeah.
year, they're doing more.
I don't know. I feel like that's more likely in like 2026 though, as like an announcement or even launch. Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I guess they also give them time to apply whatever happened in the end of the Splatfest and Splatoon 3.
Right? Yeah.
So I guess that can't be this year, but I don't know. I mean, Nintendo Land would be nice. I guess this could be like one of my last predictions towards then, but I don't know. I think something Zelda does happen this year. I don't know. I think they could announce the new Zelda.
I don't think they'll announce the new Zelda, but I did see this video that was like they've done a Zelda thing every year, and that did kind of put things into perspective a bit about how like they do kind of maybe feel the need to do that sort of thing. So I think maybe we'll see like some sort of like similar thing to Echoes of Wisdom, but I don't see like the brand new Zelda game, being announced here. Because I just feel like Tears of the Kingdom, it was 2 years ago, but I mean, technically if you think about it, Breath of the Wild came out in 2017 and the sequel was announced in 2019.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It has been 2 years.
But
I just don't know. It would be too wild to me.
I mean,
I would be like, whoa.
the easy stuff to do this year for Zelda would be like Twilight Princess coming to the Switch.
Yeah, I
Wind
think
Waker.
ports like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker are more likely.
You think
Then
Ocarina of
you-
Time gets a remake?
No.
I know that was a rumor at the end of last year, but
I don't see that happening. But
I mean, I guess it depends on how important they see that February presentation. If they
Right.
really like want to like give a good long roadmap of what the Switch 2 has for the future.
Yeah. That's true.
That I could see, like, if that's their huge presentation ending with a 3D Zelda, or I guess 3D Zelda. But I don't know how much they would. I don't know when they would talk about it again. 2027. Just be weird. I mean, do you have any other predictions? I have a couple more things, but
I'm out of predictions here. I feel like I've said all I have to say, really. That's on my mind.
I mean, I'm keeping a lot of like the specific predictions for direct predictions, and
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll go crazy during that one. I'll be
And then, like,
here's
the-
everything that's gonna show up in the exact order. the exact lines that Koizumi's gonna say, and yeah.
But I mean, I think we get the second Mario movie trailer this year in September.
Is that coming out in 2026?
April 2026.
I love Mario. It's really like Charlie Day, but yeah, I think I think it is pretty likely that we'll definitely see something about that this year. Because I think we got when did we get the Mario trailer? Like for the first one?
I think it was October-ish.
Yeah.
Of 20.
So I think
22.
Yeah. Similar sort of timeline. I think I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Woo! Very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, so I think we get that. I think Mario Day has the cast, like they did with the September 21 Direct.
Like they'll be there.
No. Just
no,
like
I see what you mean.
the Mario Day has like announcements.
Like, they'll like talk about it. Yeah.
I mean, they could show up. They could have Chris Pratt in the Mario Day event, but
no, don't do that.
But yeah, I think Mario movie trailer. I don't know. I mean, you could get a new announcement for something, and like the shows. I'm not sure.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe a Donkey Kong show. I don't know.
Ooh.
But, and then, yeah. I mean, I don't know what the Game Awards has. I don't want to predict that far, but
yeah, let's hold that one off.
But yeah, I mean, I think this year's gonna be good. I think we're having a lot of good announcements. A new console. There's I mean, I don't want to go too much, but there's a C button on the Joy-Con. What do you think that the C button really does?
Capture? I don't know.
I saw like there was a lot of stuff like speculation about that, but
ooh, okay, that's exciting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Control.
I was thinking like it was like a Miiverse button, like you go to a Miiverse app.
Oh yeah, wasn't there like a theory about like a social media?
Yeah, there was.
Maybe that would be it. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
But yeah, I mean, do you have like any games you want to see next year? I mean, not next year, this year. Like any like really out there predictions. Like Tomodachi Life.
Tomodachi Life, obviously. You know, I'm excited for Pokemon. Yeah, 3D Mario. I think I'm also really excited for. Just keep my levels of expectation into like, you know, relatively possible. Not like too outlandish. I know 3D Mario sounds like kind of crazy, but like on paper, but I do think it is pretty possible with the launch of a new console. But yeah.
I mean, it's been many years, so they have to be working on something.
Yeah.
It's probably same thing with the Mario Kart team. They're probably working on a new Mario Kart. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I could say Kid Icarus. Maybe Sakurai is working on a new Kid Icarus game, but I already predicted Smash. I think that's more likely. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have really. I don't have much more. I'll have more predictions in February or later this week if they do a video announcement.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you don't have anything more, I don't have much. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. You know, again, if you have any predictions of your own, like I don't know, a new Pokemon spin-off or anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment down below with whatever you think, and I will see you next one, which could be again in less than a week with the biggest reveal of all time. But yeah, I hope you all do. It makes you happy because it rhymes with generic happy, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye.